Hello and welcome to the Skinny Fat Quiz of the Year 2021. That's right. It's Unranked's brand new holiday tradition here on the show. I am, of course, going to be your host, Christian Humes, bringing you through yet another year of lockdowns, pandemics, and, well, general shittiness. We are all ready to say goodbye to the year. I'm very excited. This is coming out right on New Year's Eve, which is exciting. So why don't we go ahead and get introduced to today's contestants. Of course, we have host Alex Tuna Marinello. Tuna.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Fine. How are you?
Doing well. How's your 2021 been?
It was really great. Had a baby. Moved into a new house.
You had a baby?
I mean, we
had a baby eats a boy? Or had a baby eats a girl?
People say.
Had a baby eats a girl.
We had a baby eats a girl. I got COVID right at the very end of it.
Oh,
so that sucks.
Great. Well, it's a good thing we're doing this remotely.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're socially distanced.
Yeah, Britt got COVID.
I don't know. Is 3,000 miles enough?
I hope so. Britt got COVID from school. Then I got COVID from her much later, like over a week after she got it. My symptoms lasted a day. So
that's great. Got to get those shots.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on and check in with our contestant number 2, Daniel Glizzy-Weine. Dan, welcome to the show. How was your 2021?
Wasn't that good? Like everyone else's, it was kind of shitty. But good news.
Ready to say goodbye.
The CDC now says it's safe to breathe underwater. So.
Oh, perfect. So we'll all head to Atlantis.
Perfect.
Great. We'll leave.
Great for the upcoming climate apocalypse.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Fantastic. And let's check in with our final contestant. We have Tom Caswell. Tom.
Hi, everyone.
Tom, 2021 going well. I see you're sporting some new drip. What is that? What
are you doing? No one can see what you're doing.
There we go. Now we can see your ring. We couldn't see it.
So what is that?
Sorry, I didn't know.
Diabolical.
It's not. It's just a design. It's just a design. It's just But it got that for Christmas, so I'm having a great 2021.
Great.
Yeah. In 2022, that kind
also
of
got COVID.
mug.
Also got COVID. Right. Exactly.
Also
call that out.
I'm awaiting my COVID test results currently. Right now, as the world knows, all of those labs are full. The same place I got last time, it was like a less than 24-hour turnaround. They told me it'll be at least 72 hours when I went 2 days ago. So I'm still waiting to hear back.
Is this your second test? Week?
Yeah.
Because you did get tested when I said I had it.
Yes, I ran into. I basically went into dodgeball, and people turns out had COVID, and then that was about a week ago. And over the last couple of days, I have been sneezing and coughing, etc. So most likely have.
I didn't get the PCR. I only did the rapid, but I'll take.
I mean, if the rapid says positive,
it's
usually probably probably positive.
I couldn't believe how long it took for it to fucking show up.
Yeah, but that's also the rapids. But that's enough about COVID. Let's hear about your teams. You guys came up with some team names. So let's start with Tuna. What is your team name going to be today?
Well, I didn't know we were picking team names because we're not really teams or individuals. So I kind of had to do this on the fly. But I went with Tuna.
Oh, Tuna. That is very good. I'm a big fan of Tuna.
That was wow.
Terrific.
I had something in my mind I was going to say. Yeah. And it just left.
All right. Well, let's see.
It might be the COVID that's inhabiting my brain.
Let's see what our second team name is. Dan?
Since I'm the Glizzy gang.
Oh, Team Oscar Mayer. That's another good one.
Yeah, that is spelled correctly. I double checked.
You're talking about the word Meyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is spelled Mayer.
Yeah. Just want to check. Very good, sure.
No, I've had that exact reaction to that before as well. So that's why I'm like, no, that's right. I've had to look that up myself. And
Tom, you get that shirt at Christmas? What the hell is that?
He did. He just said he did. Yeah.
This was last
Christmas.
When did he say that? This was actually last Christmas.
He didn't say
those are the Yoda quadruplets.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that was the drip you were talking about. Was the shirt, Chris?
Well, I was also talking about your ring, but
usually the whole package.
Yeah.
This was actually a Christmas gift from Brooke's mother last year.
Oh, perfect.
So it is. I'm Christmas gifted out. I'm wearing it head to toe. My team name, egg on my face. It's Tuna 2.
Great.
You didn't think of that.
It's a Tuna
Great.
2.
No,
Great.
you didn't. Did you just think of that now, or did you think of that before and we just happened?
What do you think?
Not even now.
You could have blown my mind. I would have.
Damn.
Believed you.
This doesn't.
You would never.
Dan, this
believe
doesn't
me.
bode well for either of them. So far, if
No.
I was betting, I might put my money on you.
I'm pretty sure that Alex is his brain is turned off this week, and
Well,
it's just Halo.
actually,
and, and that's
well,
it.
no, it's not. Well.
Mm.
So when Brit had COVID, I was doing baby duty by myself,
Stop.
Yeah.
nonstop, which was insane. Now that when I got COVID, I'm now wearing a mask around the house and not doing anything with the baby. So I played Inscription a lot.
Yeah.
Like
You beat the entire game. In
I beat
about
the
3
entire
days.
game in like 3 days.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you've beaten it now. Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, because I couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't. Like Brittany
Yeah.
was like, "Don't touch her." So I was like, even when I was feeling fine,
Get away.
it was like I was feeling fine. She was. I don't know. Like the baby's not showing any symptoms. So either.
Well, the
Now,
Now,
CDC
are you
says
sure that
give your
Brittany was
baby a
talking
big
about
kiss.
the baby or you? Was she just saying not to touch her, like
Yeah.
Brittany herself? Your wife was like, "Don't touch me, leave me alone."
Despite her
Like, look what you
immunity
already did.
being
We already
more
have one of
potent-
these.
Despite her immunity being more like boisterous than ever,
Yeah.
she still didn't want you to touch her.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so now I had a lot of time on my hands. So did a lot of
Perfect.
Inscription playing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Which we're definitely going to talk about. I'm very excited, but probably not today, but coming up.
I'll tell you what. I'll play it before next week, and we'll talk about it next week. I'll finish it.
Fantastic.
No, you won't.
I will. I'm going to.
I'm gonna.
Now
predict
he
that you
will.
don't.
Now he will. Now that you said
'cause
that,
I
he will.
said it.
All right, we're going to jump into today's game. If you have never seen Big Fat Skinny Quiz, a big skinny fat quiz of the year, that's because it's never existed. So big skinny fat quiz of the year is going to follow another similar game, similarly named. I think they copied us. Don't know.
Jury's out.
We've got 6 different categories, all questions about things from the past year. The first one we're going to begin with is headlines. These were things that made the headlines around the year. So I'm going to give you the 5 questions we have for the first category. You're going to write down all the answers, and then we're going to go ahead and get the answers and give out some points.
Okay.
Most of the time, you're going to get 1 point per question. If it's any different, I will tell you. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Your first question.
Yeah.
Let's get it out of the way. The January 6th insurrection was a day the world will never forget, especially comedian Jay Johnson, known for Mr. Show, Arrested Development, and now fired from his voice acting role on a popular 20th Century Fox series as a result of his actions. What was the name of the show and his character? So I do need both for you to get the points. So you're going to go ahead and write those down. And give
Who
you
the
a
fuck
moment
is
before we
Jay
move on to the...
Johnson?
Yeah, Blue Jay Johnson. He used
The
to work.
fuck is that?
He used to play for the Toronto Blue Jays. Then he became a comedian.
Wait, are you serious?
No,
No. But he is a comedian.
Tuna's
and
so
this- the
fucked
rest of
today.
it is true.
Johnston or Johnson?
Johnston.
Does it? What are you looking it up? You
Yeah.
either know
Yeah,
it or you
no,
don't.
you can't. You can't look this up.
Well, I have
It's
to
going
look
to
up
give
who
you.
he
It's
is.
going. No, you
If you
cannot.
search his name, it's going to tell you.
No
everything
looking
about him.
anything
Ugh.
up. You can't. This isn't fucking who can Google the best. This is big skinny fat quiz of the year. You got it or you don't.
Tuna's sitting here ready to Google all the answers.
He goes, well, hold on. Let me look this up.
Let me look it up.
I gave you an opportunity to host the show because I knew you got baby brain.
Yeah.
You passed it up.
Yeah. All right. So
To
what
be
do I
fair,
have to
I
do?
think we all have
He's a
some
guy-
version
What
of
what
baby.
show
voice
did he get
actor?
fired from?
Yeah. What show
And what
did Jay
character?
Johnston get fired from, and what character did he play on it? This was
Right.
quite an interesting one when someone on Twitter was looking through frames as the FBI was looking for people during the insurrection and was like, hey, isn't this Jay Johnson from X show?
No fucking
Wait,
way.
you're telling me
I
that a
can't believe.
comedian
Uh-huh.
who was a voice actor on a cartoon show
He was also on Arrested Development, and he did Mr.
He's
Show
been-
with Bob
he's been in the
Odenkirk.
things. Yep.
went to the
The
January 6th insurrection
Yes.
Yeah.
and somebody ratted him out because
Someone-
they,
Not ratted him out.
People
There's a
saw
picture of
a
him.
photo of him, like looked through the
Oh.
video and the photos and identified him.
oh, okay. So what cartoon?
We're going to move on to our second question.
Bet
After a
people
year
that
of
is.
shortages and shipping constraints, the world looked on in horror and annoyance and strange enjoyment as this freighter got wedged into the Suez Canal backing up shipping lanes for weeks. What was the name of this heroic cargo ship?
Heroic.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great. It was one of the best things that happened in 2021, as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
So we need the
going.
name of the cargo ship.
No.
that was
Keep
found
it going.
in the
Let's
Suez Canal.
go. We don't give this much time on this show.
Hey, this is the skinny fat quiz of the year. Okay, we're not that big.
Skinny
We're
up
not
the
that
time.
big or
Let's
fat.
go.
All right, I'm
right.
I'm good to move on.
Next
We're
question.
We're gonna move on to the third question.
Yeah.
Screenshot after screenshot and tweet after tweet have been shared throughout the year as overworked and underpaid so-called essential workers are quitting their jobs in the largest labor movement in decades. Tell me, what is the name of this current moment in history being called?
Oh.
All right. And then the next one, we have a guest question. So we're going to hear from one of our guests. She's a returning host on the Unranked podcast, artist of several mediums, and caretaker of animals. Of course, I could only be talking about the one and only Brooke Pelzinski.
IP reboots and continuations have been a salve for our cold hearts as the pandemic rages on. Which is why the roller coasters of emotions audiences went through during the new series of Sex and the City might look like the EKG of Mr. Big after using this company's product, which in turn caused their stock to plummet over 10% the very next day. Tell me the name of the company who suffered like the now disgraced actor whose character was killed off.
Where was Brooke when she recorded that?
She did it today.
Oh my god! I have no idea how she did it today.
Moments before you left the house, she said.
That's so
She was
funny.
like, we're literally about to leave. I was like, well, I just thought of this. Can you go record this for me?
That's
Did
so
you write it or did
funny.
she write it?
I wrote it.
Okay.
And our final question. The Ape Army is part of the hedge fund fighting Reddit force found on Wall Street Bets and other stock subreddits. Both AMC and GameStop have seen record high valuations as retail has bet against hedge funds and their own big short. Tell me, which large hedge fund run by grubby, greedy boy Ken Griffin has been the main target of ire by the apes?
Ken Griffey Jr.?
So yeah, what company, what hedge fund does Ken Griffin run is the question. And that is our last question for headlines. So I'm going to give you just a moment and then we're going to go back through and we're going to do some answers.
It's so loud every time I write. Wow. There we go. I think I've got two.
I think I've
All
got
right.
I have two.
Well, I guess
sure.
2.5.
Let's
I
see
got a bunch.
if you have a way to cover up or only show the first answer, whether you're just tilting up to the first one or you're covering
I'm
with
going
your
to
hands.
fold my page.
That works great too. So the first question was Jay Johnson. He's a comedian. Disgraced. What show was he on and who is the character? Alex.
Dick and Morty. He played Tiff.
I'm surprised you didn't pick
My
either Dick
favorite
or
show.
Morty. you come up, you change it to Dick and Morty, but then you don't pick either of the main
I
characters.
love that
which is
answer
great.
for another reason that I'll get into after we answer the question.
Fantastic. All right. Well, Dan, what did you write?
He got fired from Bob's Burgers. He played Jimmy Pesto.
Okay. And Tom?
I wrote the American Dad in American Dad.
Okay. Well, Dan, you got it correct. He does play, or he did play Jimmy
Well, he did
Pesto,
play.
and he is now banned from the show.
The reason I love Tuna's answer is because on that show, you have so many players playing there were so many actors playing a different gender. And he wrote that this guy played Tiff. Who was an imaginary character.
Yep.
But he was sort of on the right wavelength somehow.
So there you go. Still no points, Alex. Sorry. Second question. I was looking for what was the name of that ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal? Alex, what did you go with?
Ever Given?
Like an evergreen tree. Is that what you drew next to it?
That's right.
All right. and let's go. We'll go over to Tom.
I said Icarus.
Icarus flew too close to the sun.
I thought it was I. I thought it began with I, and I would thought that was some witty, but it was Evergreen. I'm pretty sure.
And Dan?
I couldn't remember, but I did know there was a boat called Bodie McBoatface. This is Bodie McBoatman.
Bodie McBoatman. All right. Well, one of you did get it correct, and it was Alex. It was the Ever Given. The Ever Given was stuck in the Suez Canal.
Oh, the Ever Given.
The Ever Given.
Yeah, Ever Given.
Yes.
Is that what you wrote, Tuna?
Yes.
That is what I wrote. I wrote Ever
okay.
Given, but everyone thinks it's Evergreen.
So he
I
wrote
put
the
it Evergreen anyway.
Yeah.
Number 3, we're looking for the name of the current labor movement. All right, Alex, it looks like you wrote what?
Mass resignation? Maybe Great Resignation?
Okay.
Exodus?
Okay. And Dan?
Exodus.
I misheard the question. I thought you were talking about what they're calling this period of time in general. So I just wrote the worst.
The worst. Okay. And Tom?
It was the Great Resignation.
The Great Resignation. Alex, you have that. You have both. I both are acceptable. So you will get points. So points to Alex, points to Tom. He has resignation also. He wrote great. He put great in parentheses.
He put Exodus.
I put Exodus. But they give points. But I mean that should be points.
This is what I will say.
Okay. All right.
Even though he didn't write it, he said it. So I'm going to give him the point for it. So I'm giving him the point for it.
We're all mates.
We're all mates.
So 1 point to Alex, 1 point to Tom.
Yep.
So Tata Tuna and Tata Tuna 2 both got points there. So there you go. Yeah. Number 4.
Yeah.
Brooke wanted to know what was the company product.
She did.
From Sex and the City. Alex.
That would be Peloton, Chris.
Okay. And let's go over to Dan.
I also said Peloton.
Great. And Tom?
Peloton.
Let's find out.
Answer. Mr. Big died from a heart attack while riding his Peloton.
Fantastic. Points to everyone. Congratulations. Some of the questions, of course, I was like, oh, there's some good things that have happened recently. So this will be good because it guarantees someone will get at least some points here. And our final question, the Ape Army, they're going after one of these major hedge funds. What's the name of it? Tuna?
That would be Citadel, Chris.
All right. And Tom?
I did thought you said Ken Griffey. So I did say Baseball LLC.
Baseball, of course, Baseball LLC, the classic MLB hedge fund. Yes. And Dan.
And I couldn't remember the name of it, even though Citadel now sounds familiar. So the only thing I could remember the name was stock market bets, since I wrote that. I knew it was wrong.
Stock market bets. Well, one of you did get it correct. No points to Dan, no points to Tom. Points to Tuna for Citadel.
This feels like some insider trading going on right here. I don't know. Maybe FINRA needs to do some investigations here to this answer.
We're going to move on to the next category. We have quite a few left, so we're going to jump in. I hope everyone is excited to hear about TV and film questions. We're going to move on to TV and film questions. By the way, just curious, anyone favorite movie or TV show? Not both. You want to let me know, what was your favorite thing you saw this year, movie or TV show? Let's go over to Tuna first.
Well, it's not that came out in 2021 I just saw.
That you saw this year. Fuck it. This year sucks anyway, so
Spirited Away. I had never seen it before.
Oh.
Spirited Away turned
Miyazaki.
out to be my favorite movie that I saw this year.
Great movie.
I can't think of anything else I saw this year that I really loved. So we'll leave it there.
All right. Hell yeah. That's a good one. Dan, do you have a favorite movie or TV show that you love? It doesn't, if you have a tie, just throw one out.
I don't know. Let's go with something that started this year. I started watching Yellow Jackets recently. That's very interesting. And
that's
I
hearing good
Dexter.
things
That was very
about
good
it.
Too.
Yeah.
Dexter was really good also. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, the new one.
Oh.
Now. Up to now. Like all of Dexter I watched this year.
Okay. Those are two things that are very close on my list to watch next. That's exciting to hear. And Tom?
I really loved Matrix Resurrections a lot. I would have to say, I think my favorite film of the year was Pig, starring Nicolas Cage. It was phenomenal. And it's on Hulu, so I highly recommend if you have Hulu watching Pig. Hour and a half, breezy film, phenomenal performance, needs awards.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
That's great. A lot of great movies, TV shows came out this year. I was very excited pretty much for all the MCU stuff to return. Of course, there was things like Squid Game and many other shows. So we're going to go over some of those right now. Our first question. If you guys don't have a new sheet, you might want to grab one. Our first question. After a year of vacant MCU releases, 2021 finally saw Black Widow come to both Disney Plus and theatrical at the same time, causing a negative news cycle for the parent company after what happened. So what happened that caused some bad press for Disney Plus after they released Black Widow? I'm going to move on to the second question. In May, one of the most anticipated reunions took place on HBO Max when the cast of Friends finally reunited.
Oh, I thought that was going to be the fucking question.
What,
What
major?
I got Friends.
Too easy. Too
I
you just got the easy question.
I was like, Black Widow. Damn it, he said Black Widow.
You just got the easy question. What major revelation during the Friends reunion caused a stir for fans when a secret attraction between castmates was revealed? I need the answer. What I'm looking for is which two castmates revealed a secret attraction for one another. An unrequited love that was never explored.
I have to write names. Okay. Wow, I can't write.
Oh my God, I wrote stupid.
I know exactly
you
what you
wrote.
did,
You wrote the character names and not the actor names.
Oh, I got one of them. I wrote one of them.
My handwriting is taking a hit with this marker, very much so.
Gonna spaced out my numbers.
Well, I did too, but like even with that, me like writing on a weird surface here is just causing all sorts of chaos.
Let's go on to the third question. Chris Pratt, everyone's least favorite Chris, has become renowned for souring all cast announcements, as we seemingly cannot escape him. After it was revealed this fall that he would now be the voice of Mario, what other iconic character was it announced that he would voice next? So after Mario, he was then revealed to be voicing yet another iconic character. Who is it? That's what I'm looking for.
I thought you were going to ask who he was voicing. And I was like, I know it
would be Mario, and then that it would be far too easy. I'm going to give you a couple moments before we move on to the final two questions for the category.
Does he just have like one of those like voices?
He does have one of those voices.
Like I sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on to the next question. For this question, let's hear again from another one of our guests. He's an actor, a host on Mass Effect Eventum, a regular on the Unranked podcast. It's Matt Acevedo.
Hey guys, it's Matt. I am outside right now, so I'm going to do the best I can to send this. Here's your question. Ancient Greek historian Plutarch recorded this well-known philosophical thought experiment on identity. His words were given new life as they were thrust back into mainstream pop culture as the foundation for a paradoxical expression of identity in one of 2021's most talked about series. Tell me, what was the name of the show and the philosophical exercise that was discussed?
So, just to reiterate for him, the ancient philosophical historian Plutarch, he's the first one to record this thought experiment. It's a philosophical thought experiment. It's very popular in pop culture, especially recently, as it was used on a show that was one of the most talked about shows of the year. What's the name of the show and what's the name of the thought experiment?
I think. Yeah. Okay.
All right. And then I'm going to move on to the final question. Jeopardy has been having its own identity crisis after failing to secure singular host after scandals made the game show rethink their first choice. Who was the initial permanent new host, and what was his role on the show before he was to take over as talent?
I don't.
What was that?
So Jeopardy had recently, they went through several guest hosts. They then announced their new host. The new host was set to take over, even recorded some episodes. Then some scandals came out about him. He was previously working on the show, And now he does neither. He's neither the host nor working on the show. What was his role on the show, and what is the person's name?
What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. Could have just produced that without anyone noticing. It's so fucking...
No.
Oh, whoops.
And let's take a look at those answers. How are you guys feeling about this?
Oh, okay, that's it. That's
I feel pretty good.
I feel like
You should
I've
have
got
5.
a couple.
Do you have
I feel-
5,
I feel
Thomas?
pretty
Well, I
good.
have
Yes.
5 written.
All
I
right.
feel...
Not
yeah.
5 right.
All right. Well, we're going to start this round with Dan. We're just because we started with Alex the last time. We're going to start with Dan. So Dan,
Still folding to make sure my other answers aren't
what happened
showing.
that put such a black mark on Disney right after they released Black Widow?
The
Should have been a
Scarlett
celebratory time
Johansson
for them.
sued.
Okay, Scarlett Johansson sued Disney. Tom?
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson suing for royalties
Okay.
because they put it on Disney Plus.
Okay. And Alex?
Yeah, I just said SJ, money issues, problems with the contract, whatnot. You know,
Oh, really?
Okay,
It says all that there?
Oh, the contract.
What
Yeah,
did you actually
Getting
I
a
write
will,
down?
lawyer involved.
I
in
will
the
say
spirit
this.
of the show,
In the spirit of the show, I'm going to give you the point, but I will tell you
Out of
that
curiosity, what
that
did
is
you write
on the
down?
line for me. That is on the
that
line
is
for
on
me.
the line.
It's
for
on the
you.
line. It's on the line for me.
I just want to know
You're
what he
asking
wrote.
me to write a whole
What-
fucking
what
narrative
exactly
on
did you
one
write?
line.
What
This is
exactly did you
ridiculous.
He wrote
What
I wrote
SJ.
SJ $ issues.
Dollar sign.
Okay, I
Dollar
couldn't
sign
read what you
issues.
said. Okay,
I'm
ridiculous.
just, it's on the line.
My
That's
agent.
all I'm saying.
They said it would
especially
be a
going
good
I
third,
idea
feel
on
adding
this
details
show.
is a little dangerous.
Either way, everybody gets points. That's right. Scarlett Johansson sued Disney for breach of contract for failing.
They said my agent said it would be a good idea to come on the show. Good for my image. I don't know.
James Cameron wrote his pitch for Aliens was he wrote alien on a whiteboard, then just wrote an S after it, and then he just drew the
For
line
the dollar sign for the dollar. That's
for
all
a
right,
dollar sign through the
incredible.
S, and that was it. They gave
like,
him
"Ah."
the project.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. I honestly, if someone were to produce that as a movie, a scripted movie about James Cameron, and make that just scene, the trailer, I would be sold on that
Yes.
movie already.
Yes.
Let's go on to the next question. Let's get that film, go back to TV. Friends reunion. Which 2 castmates had a secret love attraction that was unrequited, never went anywhere? Let's go back to Dan. Let's start with Dan.
I should have just wrote first names because it's turned into a pig fuck, but I wrote Jen and David pretty much. I got
Yes,
their last
Jennifer
names, too, but
Aniston.
it's
David
very
is what you
messy.
wrote. Let's see what Tom wrote.
David and Jennifer
David and Rachel. David and Jen. Perfect.
and Rachel.
In all
And
fairness, my
Alex?
first thing I was starting to write was Ross. I was like,
Yes.
nope.
Ross and Rachel.
J.A. R&R.
Perfect. Ross and Rachel. Yes, you have it correct. Ross and Rachel, Jennifer Aniston, and David Schwimmer did have real attraction for one another, which made everyone very excited. It's unfortunate it never went anywhere. Let's go to our third question. Chris Pratt has ruined Jurassic Park, Lego, Guardians, and now Mario. What will he ruin next? Dan.
I mean, and honestly, short-sightedness ruined Jurassic Park because obviously it's not safe to do that at any time. But I have no idea. I wrote Batman.
Batman. Okay. Tom.
No idea.
Now, I know that there was a real answer and then there was a parody answer that was going around. I think I
That
got
is
the
true.
right one. I think he's voicing Garfield.
We will find out. We will
Well, you
find
just-
out. And Alex?
Yeah, because I only heard Garfield.
Okay. Well, the internet was abuzz when it was announced that he would be voicing Garfield, and then a buzz when it was announced that he would be voicing the Grinch. But the Grinch was a joke
right?
follow-up to the
Yes.
true announcement that he would also now be voicing Garfield, which, by the way, came like right on the heels of Mario. It felt like it was
right,
like a
yeah.
week later or two. It was absolute insanity. I wonder if they saw the reaction to Mario and they were like, let's just fucking do it now. Everyone's still mad about Mario. Let's just do it now. Get it out of the way. So that is Tom gets points on that and Alex gets points on that. The Grinch was fake. So for the next question, we're going to go back to Matt. What was
Well, you're not gonna go back to
philosophical? Well, he's going to give us the answer. What was the philosophical question that was presented by Plutarch? So let's see, Dan, what is your answer for that?
I have no idea. So I wrote the Price is Right and Game Show Theory.
Okay. And Tom?
So I had no idea. So I went with the TV show Squid Game and the famous philosophical parable Squidly Diddly.
Oh, Squidly Diddly. Squidly Diddly, Squid Game. Yes.
Squid Game.
Yes, Plutarch was, of course, known for recording Squidly Diddly. Tuna, did you get the correct answer for Squidly Diddly?
I've got Ship of Theseus on WandaVision.
Okay. Let's find out what the correct one is.
The answer is WandaVision and the Ship of Theseus, or the Theseus Paradox. All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Salud. See ya. Bye.
There's those acting chops coming into play.
All right. I'll see you later.
Fantastic. So point to Alex. Alex, again, you're going to want to put, if you can, just a little more detail because,
I'm not writing this out. This is ridiculous.
Didn't he write?
Why is it ridiculous?
He didn't write 5 words. He drew a picture of a ship.
He drew a picture
of a ship.
That's enough for me to say, and then say Ship of Theseus. It's not like I copied anyone because no one said it before.
Correct.
Tuna, what's more ridiculous? You being asked to come up with 6 to 8 pieces of paper and showing up with the tiniest notebook ever, or you writing a picture and a word next to it every answer?
This is you guys. It's not like I wrote. It's not like I drew some bullshit and then copied something you guys said.
Yes.
No one got it correct. So ship.
I'm not accusing you of cheating. I'm accusing you of complaining about something that is completely your fault.
WandaVision.
You got it correct. I gave you the point.
Well, get used to it because these kind of answers are going to keep coming.
Okay, I'm just saying if everything is initials and you don't answer first, then,
I need to talk to the producers.
You're talking to me right now. So we're going to move on. Speaking of Jeopardy, what was the name and the job of the person who should have been the new host on Jeopardy and is no longer either? Let's go to Dan.
He was. I wrote that douchey executive producer. He wasn't executive producer. I have no idea what his name was. And I wrote same answer for the name.
Great. And Tom?
I think his name is Mark Johnson, and he was a producer on Jeopardy.
And Alex?
I just drew a picture of I wrote executive EX. Is this okay? EX producer. Is that all right?
Yes, that's fine.
And then Ken Jennings.
Okay, well, no one gets any points because no one got the name correct, which is Mike Richards was the man who was the executive producer.
We don't get any points for getting the job right?
You needed both on this one. I needed both on this one, unfortunately. But it doesn't matter because everyone would have gotten the producer point.
It doesn't matter.
So
you needed both.
You needed both.
Was it one of those?
Yes. Unless I say you'll get additional points, you always need both things I'm asking for.
Excuse me.
But it was Mike Richards, not that Michael Richards, another terrible Mike Richards.
Right.
A different
kids,
Mike.
If you have any advice you could take from us is don't be named Mike Richards.
All right, everybody, let's check in with the score. So currently in the lead, we have Tuna with 8 points. Dan, what could you remind me of the name of your team? Oh, it was the Oscar. It was Oscar Mayer. The Oscar Mayer.
Team Oscar Mayer.
Why are you calling me Tuna? It's T-T-T.
Because idiot over there wrote ta.
Right. Yes, because then it became cha. Now you're Tuna in first place with 8 points. We have Team Oscar Mayer with 4 points in third place, and in second place we have Tuna 2, which is Tom with 5 points. So Tom has 5, Dan has 4, Alex has 8.
So I'm in second place.
You're in second place, correct? You are in second. The next round is science and technology. So these are questions that revolve some form of science or technology. Your first question is going to be coming up in just a moment as I get everything ready.
Oh, boy. What element is this on the periodic fucking table?
That would be incredible. What is your speaking of science and technology, what is everyone's favorite element?
Carbon.
That's a good one. You need that. No life without it. As far as we know.
Nitrogen,
also vital. Tom?
I like iron because it's Fe. And it's just like so not the, it's not like hydrogen, which is H, or oxygen, which is O.
Or
like,
gold.
What Fe? So, what are you talking about?
So do you like lead also?
Do you like? I would have thought you would have went for potassium.
Potassium, lead, both the same idea.
It's good. It's a good one. It's a good one. But iron is like,
it's strong.
Solid,
Strong.
Potassium.
Speaking of strong, I have a strong category of 5 questions here. It's all about science and technology, and let's go with the first one that we.
What do you want, marker?
Can you hear me? I'm prepared to go forward with this next question.
Oh,
I'm here. I'm live, but I'm a cat.
The answer is Taylor Swift.
Can you please tell me what was the occupation of the man who got stuck on a feline filter, and what was supposed to be occurring during this Zoom call?
Well, what was
The
occurring?
occupation?
I mean, how specific?
There was a very specific. This Zoom call had a very specific thing. Like, it wasn't just like a couple of friends recording a podcast. So why was there a Zoom call occurring?
His
And what is
name?
the occupation
Oh
of the
my
man
God.
who was stuck
All
as
right.
a cat?
All right.
Now,
If you know the occupation, you know the other thing. They go
That's what I
hand
was
in
going to
hand.
ask. I wanted to know if you wanted to know the specific.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. If you know if you can guess the occupation, you can guess what was occurring. It was in related to the occupation's work. It's just more for showing you have an understanding of what had happened.
Fine.
I'm going to
Just
move on
make
to
sure that it
category
was-
science.
science and technology. So this
Tech.
is a Zoom mishap.
Tech, baby.
Yeah, this
Pay
is
attention.
a Zoom
Tech.
mishap. There's no,
Tech, Tom.
Did you have a question? I'm sorry,
Tommy
Dan, I couldn't
Tech.
hear you.
Tommy Tech. Tommy
No, I'm all right. I
Okay.
think.
As long as if you can guess the occupation, you can guess what was happening, because it is whatever the occupation was is what was happening. I will be fairly lenient.
I'm annoyed I don't remember exactly the details, but I do remember.
I'm annoyed
seeing
I
it.
couldn't find that actual cat filter. I looked for a long time.
Tech. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
That's so funny.
All right. We're going to go to the next question. Question number 2.
Yep.
For the next question, let's hear from another guest host.
Okay.
Gaming section lead at Digital Trends and host of Left Trigger, Right Trigger podcast. You know him, the Italian stallion, Giovanni Colantonio.
I can't believe you got him to do this.
It's got such a cooler Italian name than me.
You say all's well that ends well, but I'm in a new hell every time. You double-crossed my mind. You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine, and that made me want to die. The idea you had of me, who was she? A never-needy, ever-lonely jewel whose shine reflects on you. Not weeping in a party bathroom, some actress asking me what happened. You. These lyrics set the internet ablaze. Tell me, who wrote them, and who may they be about?
What?
How is this science or technology?
That's
I'll
a
be honest
mystery
with
to
you.
me too, honestly.
I accidentally just scrolled forward, so we just mixed a question from people into science and technology.
Well, we'll switch out
Yeah.
number 2 in
Yeah,
people.
I'm gonna switch out number 2 in people.
Yeah.
Well, we had to pause at a moment. So there you go.
Yeah.
I wasn't completely wrong about the second half of this episode, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. What was the question?
I
again?
happened to just scroll far enough down so that my finger was on the next 2 also. Like I must have like perfectly accidentally lifted, like swiped up. Yeah, we're gonna swap it out. So that is supposed to be in the next round, which is people. So we're gonna have a science and technology question now in people.
What was the question?
So he read a series of lyrics.
Uh,
You got to tell me who wrote and sang said lyrics and who were they about?
Probably. Who are they?
Allegedly.
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 Maybe.
Possibly.
You know
Possibly.
about allegedly. As
Someone
a
wrote-
lawyer.
yeah. someone might-
I can play it for you again.
No.
Okay.
I'm so
Going to
confused.
question 3 of
I'm
science.
so confused.
Going to question 3 of science and technology.
Yeah.
Can you name all the oceans and continents on the planet? Probably not. It's time to go back to school because there's now a 5th ocean in the world.
Yeah.
That's right. This
What?
summer, the National Geographic Society has officially recognized the 5th ocean of the world after a long time coming. Defined, like the others, for its geography, but also separated by its unique currents, temperature, and salinity. Please tell me the name of the new 5th ocean of the world. So scientists,
I thought that
for
was
quite a
7.
while,
That would be continents.
that would be
Tom.
continents. 7 continents, 4 oceans. Now there are 5 oceans. So there are many scientists for quite some time that have felt or classified a fifth ocean, but it's never been no like larger organization has like officially recognized it, and now the National Geographic Society has decided to officially recognize it, and INTO, several others have now as well. So it is at this point going to be a standard teaching. One would assume. Who fucking knows?
Probably not.
Someone out there making textbooks in Texas. Someone out there in Texas is going to be like, "There's only 4 oceans."
Absolutely not.
They're gonna play songs about it on their Texas instruments.
Oh, very good, very good. Oh, Texas Instruments would be such a good indie rock band from Texas. That would be
Texas
such a good
Instruments
name.
is so good.
Oh,
so
that's
good.
a great name. Very good, Dan. All right, let's move on to the fourth question. Sharing its name with a common piece of plumbing hardware, this gaming and technology company revealed its re-entry into the console hardware gaming space with a new portable that was originally set to launch this holiday, but predictably was pushed back into 2022. Please tell me the name of the company and the new gaming device they announced. So a gaming company announced a new portable hardware. It was originally going to come out at the end of this year. It was pushed back into next year. So what is the name of the company and what is the name of the portable that is coming out? The name of that company does it shares its name with a common piece of plumbing. The name of the company, not the name of the portable. And for the final question, we're going to go back to one more guest. Let's hear.
You sure?
From one, yes. Let's hear from one of our guests. She's creative producer at XPlay at G4 and host on Mass Effect Eventum. Please welcome back to the show, Emily Jacobson.
Sorry, millennials, the age of the laughing tears emoji being top dog is officially over. That's right, according to Twitter, after several consecutive years of being the #1 used emoji, Gen Z has finally made their claim true that it is no longer cool. Can you please tell me what emoji has replaced our 2-tiered laughing man?
So the typical laughing with 2 tears coming out of the side of its eyes, just 2 single teardrops, is now gone. It is not top dog anymore. Used to be for several years, many years, the #1 by far and away used emoji, at least according to Twitter. What has replaced it? That is the question. And that is the final question for science and technology. How's everybody feeling about this round?
I feel like one of these questions wasn't about science and technology.
Plus, this is the science, technology, and people round.
Okay.
And we're about to have the people and some
okay,
science
but
and
not
technology round. Let's start this round with Tom. Tom, first question. Someone got caught in a very embarrassing Zoom meeting. They accidentally had a cat filter on, did not know what to do. What was that person's job and what was happening during that Zoom meeting?
He was a lawyer and it was a deposition.
Okay. Alex?
I said lawyer, court proceeding.
Okay. And Dan?
I said lawyer talking to judge.
Okay. Everyone's getting points.
The official act, the official proceeding of talking to a judge.
Everyone's getting points.
Well,
It was.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yep.
So Tom's, the judge wouldn't be at a deposition, and the judge was there.
So I'm giving it to Tom, and here's why I'm giving it to Tom. First of all, you've gotten
law school.
You've gotten some leeway, but this is the reason why I'm going to give it to Tom. The only reason is the occupation's only relevant because the reason is it's embarrassing is because it was a work-related call. So, like, Alex, if you're on the podcast and do something as a lawyer, it's a lot less embarrassing if it's with us than it is
I get
while
your
you're at
reasoning.
work.
I
So
get your reasoning.
that's the only thing
I was trying to get Tom on a technicality, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Of all the things to pick, he picks the one that the judge isn't.
Like the one.
That's why I didn't know the name of the
lawyering.
proceeding, so I just said the most generic thing possible.
I just said court
The
proceeding.
lawyer isn't a part of the judge isn't at a what is a deposition?
A
Just like
deposition
the
is
person
usually
that
an
you're-
information gathering proceeding where the lawyer for like the plaintiff will ask a witness or even the defendant questions on the record, but the judge won't be there. It'll just
There you
be.
I've been a part of one of those.
So you should know a judge wasn't there.
Yeah.
What did you do? What happened? with you, Tom.
This is a hell of a story.
Well, we don't have time for that.
No. We'll be the judge. We'll be the
It
judge.
is a hell of a story. So
I'll be the cat.
Actually,
Alex,
the
you be
judge wouldn't be there at a deposition.
Oh, that's right.
The judge wouldn't be there. Freshman year of college, I was seeing someone, and we
like
were
with your eyes, or were you in a relationship?
No, we were
That information is
casually
classified.
hanging out.
Okay,
We
hanging
were
out.
casually seeing each other, and we played volleyball on the college volleyball courts, and she was on my team, and we were kind of like kicking sand at each other, right? Sure. Playfully.
Yes.
All right. I don't want to say anything that's going to get me in trouble here.
This is very weird.
And she was going for the ball.
Yours or the volleyball?
The volleyball. She was going for the volleyball, and I went to go kind of kick her leg out from under her, just playfully, like a tap. I'm telling you, the most gentle of taps.
Yeah. This sounds like
and I dislocated her knee. And and we had to go to the hospital, and she had crutches for a while and a cast.
Fun fact about Tom, born on Kryptonite, on a Krypton. Tom Superman.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone knew this.
Unbelievable. Like, I must have 1-inch punched the equivalent of a 1-inch punch, because it was like a little tap, and her knee just went. You could hear it. It just went, and she fell over. And we were all fine. Like, I felt terrible.
She wasn't fine, Tom.
No, but like the relationship seemed fine.
So her parents sued you.
So
they were still hanging out.
Sued me.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah. So what happened? It wasn't until like 2 years later, junior year. Ding dong, open the door. You've been served.
Shut up.
What the? No, seriously. What the fuck? Guy doesn't even say anything else. He just in his car before I can even process what's happening. He's left.
That's how they do it.
And we had it was years of like the rest of my entire time in college. And fortunately, like, it was covered under our home insurance. And so they paid for like a lawyer, and I had to go to a deposition and explain what happened. And it matched what she had said.
This is kind of crazy, but like 2 years later, evidence is stale.
It was
stale. Like,
so we checked, and
I got a moldy claim.
I got served like 1 month before the statute of limitations on something like this would have been up.
The statute of limitations of liberty. Yeah.
And the lawyer that she had was his billboard was plastered all over Philly as the number one injury lawyer.
Of course.
So my the way that the lawyer that I was assigned had described it was basically like, these law firms look and see the statute of limitations on injuries and stuff like that, and they call people up and they say, hey, if you want to make a claim, you have to do it now, otherwise it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Insanity.
And they wanted like $600,000 or something like that.
That's insane.
Yeah, but they obviously talked them down. Like, it was a crazy number to then talk them down to a more reasonable number, but still a crazy amount of money.
So her kneecap got busted out. Did her kneecap, was it fine eventually? Like, did she?
Yeah, she was fine. Literally, okay, this is our podcast. Literally, so we didn't like it did soon kind of fizzle out after that, but we hooked up again like 2 months before I got served those papers.
So you only liked her for her
knees. Was fine.
When her knee was
she,
fine,
she clearly felt unfulfilled after that, and was like, I need to get paid for the services.
It's so stupid. Like, whatever.
That's insanity. Well, let's move on to the second question.
Question number 2.
The second question, which was from Giovanni, and it was under the people category by accident. So you heard some lyrics. Who wrote them? What were they about? Let's go to Tom. Because we haven't heard from you enough. Fantastic. And Jake Gyllenhaal. That is a great answer. Let's see if it's correct. Alex, what do you put?
I wrote Joe from You, and he wrote it about Beck.
Okay. All right. And Dan?
I got the right answer.
Oh,
Taylor Swift and Jake Gyllenhaal. Well, let's find out.
I can't believe.
The answer: Taylor Swift and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Thank you, Giovanni.
Oh,
Cheers.
I cannot believe I fucking did not get that.
Points to Tom and points.
It's all about that
to
red
Dan.
scarf, man.
No points to Tuna. The third question. What's the name of the fifth ocean? Tom.
Arctic Ocean?
That's one of the original four oceans.
That's
the
the
OG.
fourth ocean.
Alex?
Okay.
That would be the Southern Ocean, Chris. Oop.
Okay. And Dan?
I think his is right, but I was thinking the same area. I said Antarctic.
No,
because
it's in the right area, but
before at least
it's not the right. It's in the right area, but it's not the right name. It's the Southern Ocean. So
That's so good.
I
Do you
gotta
remember-
give it to Alex because he has the actual correct answer.
Yeah, the original four. But I don't get any credit for this, but Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, Arctic.
So
Yes.
you remember, the video I sent you guys?
I
Really-
did. I almost corrected you on that video, Alex, and didn't because I was like, I'm going to use this for Big Fat Quiz.
Yeah.
You sent us that video of your baby learning all the oceans.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't watch those videos.
Well, you actually didn't. Like, Brittany started recording it before. I know you don't want it, but Brittany started recording before I actually said Southern. The book has Southern. That's the only reason I know the answer.
Oh,
The book has Southern in it, and that's the
So
only.
there you
reason
go.
I
So
knew the answer.
that is a very recent book then.
Extremely
That is
recent
an
book.
up-to-date book.
Yep.
That is a recent publishing. So Tuna, you got the point on that. Congrats. Lucky you. The child has paid off.
That's right.
Sharing its name with a common piece of gaming plumbing hardware, this gaming company is making a new piece of portable hardware coming out next year. Tom, what's the name of the company and the name of the portable?
It's called Valve, and the portable is the Steam Deck.
Okay, and Alex, what did you put?
I put Valve and the Valvoline.
Valvoline! And Dan.
I didn't remember anything, so I wrote Pipe Inc. The Dream.
Pipe.
Yo, pretty. That
Right?
sounds
Not bad.
pretty good.
If I was
Pipe
coming
Inc.
up with a
Not
product
bad,
dream.
not bad.
Pipe Egg the Dream. You got it correct, Tom. That's a point to you. Alex, I thought you might get that only because just the other day I was like, you should just get a Steam Deck after you had been
I couldn't remember
playing
Steam
Inscription off of my computer for 3 days.
Deck. I could not remember Steam Deck I could not.
I couldn't remember either part, but I definitely read about it.
And we do have one more guest. It was the final one to round it out. So this was from Emily. What is the new most popular emoji that's replaced the crying laugh? We're going to start with Tom. Tom.
Well, the laughing face emoji.
The laughing face with tears has now been replaced.
Right.
So what is the new most popular?
It is the crying emoji, crying face, and to be specific, it's the one with the two tiers of
All right.
screams.
I hear you. And Alex, you are putting the
I went with
Grimace.
either the one that's like
or the
No, this is cool
or-
amongst
or
kids, not
eye roll?
us.
okay.
I
Which one
agree,
do you
though,
want to
about
pick?
those two?
I'll pick both.
All right, great. You can pick both. Dan, what are you going to pick?
I think I'm wrong too. I wrote the rolling laughing, like the sideways guy.
Ah,
like
the
diagonal
tilted
laughing emoji guy.
laughing one.
Yeah.
Let's find out what the correct answer is.
The answer? The loudly crying emoji with its two waterfall-like rivers of emotion is now the most popular.
Which, oddly enough, according to Gen Z, not to be used for something funny, for something sad. It's to be used for something funny, which is why I just replaced the crying, laughing emoji. It is the just straight up, you are now laughing so hard that you have tears flowing out of your face. We can now move on to people. So, which, by the way, people is going to have a science and technology question within it.
I figured.
Is it?
So Tom, you got a point there. Congrats. You got a point on that one. So does anyone have anything they remember from this last year? Like people, whether it's celebrity or viral sensation, anything that like you were like, oh, that was so great. So it was really good.
Taylor Swift came out with a song.
Yeah, about Jake Gyllenhaal.
And about Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
That was a good one. That was a very good one. And it would have been featured here had I not played it in the wrong category.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into it. The first pandemic Super Bowl was an unlikely place to find someone trapped inside. But this Super Bowl halftime artist became a meme thanks to the funhouse-like maze of lights and mirrors they performed their lockdown show inside. Please tell me which musical artist performed this year's halftime show in 2021.
Got to get the spelling right on this one.
So now I'm going to give you a science and technology question because it was supposed to be in this round. The second most liked tweet of this year came from Twitter, of all accounts. It simply said, "Hello, literally everyone." For the answer, please tell me what was the reason for this tweet existing. So this was the second most liked tweet. The most liked tweet was actually Joe Biden saying it's a new day in America. It was like, "Hello, it's a new day in America, everyone." The second most liked tweet was actually from Twitter, and they just said, "Hello, literally everyone." Why did this become the second most liked tweet this year? What was the reason? And we're going to go back to people.
What was the reason?
Yeah. So why was this tweet the second most liked tweet? There's a very good reason why they wrote this. There's a very specific reason why that is what the tweet was. So something happened that they wrote that. So number 3. John Oliver isn't the only man who wants a piece of Adam Driver. No, the Mountain of a Man had a banner year with the release of Gucci, where he stars alongside the likes of Lady Gaga. Adam also had another role this year, one for this company, where in the ad he is featured becoming one with a horse, as the overtly sexual ad ends with him in the silhouette of a centaur. Please tell me, what was this ad for? So Adam Driver and this horse are on this fucking beach, and they're like running alongside each other, and he's getting real close and cozy. And then they're in the water together, right? Adam Driver's in the water with the horse. The horse is kind of twisting around him. They're swimming together. It's sensual and weird. And then suddenly it ends with the silhouette of what looks like centaur Adam Driver, waist up man, waist down horse, standing with the sunset behind him on the beach. What the fuck was this ad for? And why was it so sexy? You don't need to answer that part, but I'm still trying to figure it out.
I don't remember this ad at all.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, you take a guess and move on to the next question. Number 4. John Roderick, disgraced Seattle council hopeful and former artist on the My Brother and Me intro music, was driven off the internet after he told a story about teaching his daughter to do what? So this guy, he was beloved on the internet by podcasters, by folks in Seattle. He was very tied into the comedy podcast scene in particular. And one day he decided to become an old white man and tell a very old white man story about how he was teaching his daughter to do what? This basically drove him off of the internet.
That's so ridiculous.
The question of what happened.
I have never heard of this person, so my one pure guess.
Well, you will.
Yeah.
There's no other way for me to ask this question.
That's
without there's another term for this guy, which you may have heard of once.
Fair. I just will not likely be getting
I feel like this happened on New Year's Day as well.
It was early. This was an early 2021.
It was like
event.
Very early.
Taught
January.
his daughter.
I tried to pick things from throughout the year. So we're going to go to our final question. Framing Britney was released this past February, and it told a stark, scathing story on how our culture and media tormented this young artist and performer. The online movement surrounding and featured in Framing Britney was thrust further into social consciousness, causing many to want to apologize to the former singer and the viral Leave Britney Alone sensation. The story turns upside just this past winter. So very recently, things turned well when what finally happened. So what recently just happened with Britney Spears, that's actually a good thing. This is actually great after a very hard time for this great singer. She is an icon of our generation. What good thing just happened for Britney Spears? Finally. Give you all just a moment.
What
Me
else, dude?
remembering it right now, the name.
What else do women? Oh, so many.
I will say
I'm reading.
I'm excited to see what Tuna's new doodles are. I won't lie. As annoying as they could slightly be in some ways, I also appreciate them in others. I'm very
Tim, do you have a
excited.
new hairstyle?
I'm reading the list.
No, it's just not like
It's just
shower. Yeah, it's just poofed, and because I washed my hair today.
Gotcha.
But it's all like fucked up.
Yeah, it almost looks like you're wearing like a rug.
I'm watching. I just finished watching the Seinfeld episodes where George gets the toupee.
Oh, yeah, the hairpiece.
So good, so
it's
good.
So funny.
I'm reading the list, my list of answers, and number 4. I know I have the dad teaching his daughter one correct, and just reading it, it's just like the most.
It's insane. It is.
Ever.
Which, by the way, that was originally. I will say I had reached out to the children of the Middlebrook Primary School. I was going to have them do that, but it just didn't come together. So
right, of course,
of course. No, I mean I did. I like started recording a whole thing using the baby filter, and then but like I couldn't get the voice changer thing to work, so I just threw it out. I was gonna play a clip. It was gonna be a whole thing, but fell apart. Let's go through our answers. We're gonna start back now with Tuna this round. So Tuna, Pandemic Super Bowl. Who was the halftime artist?
That would be The Weeknd.
Okay, The Weeknd. And Dan?
I don't know if I got their spelling right, but I also wrote The Weeknd.
Okay. And Tom?
You did, because it's spelled without a second E or a third.
Points all around. That's right. There are many a gif of The Weeknd looking terrified and lost within a maze of lights and mirrors.
Yeah. So
the second one was from Science and Technology. Twitter said, "Hello, literally everyone. It's the second most liked tweet of the year, following Joe Biden. There's, I think, 3.3 million likes on this tweet. Alex, why was this such a popular tweet? What happened?"
I don't know. Picture of Earth.
Okay, Dan.
I think, if I remember correctly, it was Jon Stewart because he had his new show coming out.
Well, this was from the Twitter account. So Twitter themselves made this.
Oh, then I don't know.
Literally everyone.
I thought it was a Twitter user. So nope.
Yeah. Nope. All right.
And Tom?
Facebook and Instagram and like a third of the internet were down for almost an entire day.
That's right.
Yeah,
Facebook's servers and their back end went down, which meant anything that ran off of Facebook, so any websites that use Facebook logins or Facebook technology were down. Yes, an incredible WhatsApp down. No Instagram, no Facebook, no WhatsApp. Except I think Pinterest was having problems because a lot of people use Facebook users for Pinterest.
It was nuts.
Employees couldn't even get back into the building.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, there were Facebook employees who were locked out of rooms and the building themselves because they used their own security authentication service, and everything was down. It was pretty incredible. So that's why Twitter said, "Hello, literally everyone," because if you're here, you're not anywhere else. So this is the internet. Yes, the Olive Garden of the internet, Twitter.
It's still only like the 16th most disappointing thing Facebook's done this year.
Yes, that's awesome. Actually, in some ways, that was the best thing Facebook has done.
The best thing they've done. 100%.
The worst thing was coming back.
All right, so Alex, the ad wasn't about Adam Driver trying to fuck a horse, but what was the ad for?
I said possibly cologne.
Okay. And let's go to Dan.
Seems a little cliche.
I wrote Trojan, like the condoms.
Okay. Oh, Trojan.
Damn, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
It's a hot and spicy, sexy one.
I like it a lot.
I like it. Okay, I like it.
And Tom?
I thought it could have been one of those fake out Tide commercials.
Okay. Tide, Tide's putting up the Adam Driver money.
Or Old Spice, maybe Old Spice.
No, the Tide commercial with Adam
Old
Driver
Spice felt like the easy go.
The Tide commercial tie-in with Adam Driver is you'd pour a bunch of Tide Pods into a bowl, and he just takes and he goes, "Good soup."
Yeah.
The ad was for cologne. It was a cologne ad.
It's good. It's a guess. It's a good guess.
Wow.
It was a cologne ad.
What a guess. What a guess. Just seems so cliche.
What was the brand?
Yeah, what was the brand of that cologne? Oh, Burberry.
Burberry cologne.
Was it like a parody or was it?
No, you got to see it.
I'm pretty sure it was a joke.
You're gonna have to look.
I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think their message was their cologne will make you fuck a horse.
No, I think this is for women that listen. If you don't know anything about horse girls, right? Horse girls are. I feel like you ever meet a horse girl, you meet a girl that wants to fuck a horse. This is for a very specific demographic of people. It's for women that want to fuck a horse and fuck Adam. Oh, for anyone that wants to fuck a horse and fuck Adam Driver.
Like a horse.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a very specific.
Anyone that wants to watch Adam Driver and a horse have sex, or have sex with horse version of Adam Driver. Either way, it was a very sexual.
This is for horse girls to buy their man to wear.
It's really for anyone: horsemen, horse girls, horse people, centaurs.
BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman. BoJack Horseman. But BoJack Horseman's the opposite. He's horse on top, man on bottom. This is the other way around.
That's true.
Right.
All right.
I think he's just horsed all over.
John Roderick.
He's just a horse.
Got forced off the internet. What the fuck did he do? What was this story about? What was he teaching his daughter, Alex?
I don't know how to be a wife, cook, laundry, sew. I've no fucking idea. I've never heard of this person.
All right. And Dad?
I also never heard of this person. I went to drive.
Okay, trying to teach his daughter how to drive. He was telling a story about that. And Tom, what could you tell me was she trying to teach his daughter about?
Yes. This man in a 17, I think, ish tweet thread.
At least
let his daughter for multiple hours try to figure out how to open a can of beans.
Bean dad.
She didn't know how to use. She didn't know how to use a tin opener, a can opener, and he just let her struggle for 6 hours on how to figure it out.
And as he did, he kept talking about how he wasn't going to allow her to be weak. She had to fend for herself and solve this problem. And she was like, "But Dad, I'm hungry." And he's like, "Well, then you're going to have to solve the problem." It's this child, this young.
Wait, hold on a second.
Daughter.
Hold on, because I'm coming at this brand spanking new. Never heard of this.
How old is the daughter?
Yeah, how old is the daughter?
Like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
So she wanted
9.
a can. Okay, 9. Okay. She wanted a can of beans to eat.
Yes.
She didn't know how to operate a tin opener.
So here's the crazy part is, first of all, there's no way this is fucking true. What 9-year-old girl's like, "Dad, I'm hungry." Here's the tweet. I'm going to read you some of this.
This sounds, because I'm asking that because I don't know a 9-year-old that would. And then also, you got to cook the beans. It's not like you just eat the beans.
Well,
how many
let me read some of this to you, Alex. As a new father to a daughter, he said, "So yesterday, my daughter 9 was hungry, and I was doing a jigsaw puzzle. So I said over my shoulder, 'Make some baked beans.' She said, 'How?' Like all the kids do when they want you to do it." So she was like, "I'm hungry," and he said, "Make some beans," and she said, "How?" So I said, "Open a can and put it in a pot." She brought me the can and said, "Open it how?" With a can opener, I said, incredulous. She brought me the can opener and we both stared at it. I realized I'd never taught her how to use this. Most cans now have pull tops. I felt like a dope. What kind of apocalypse father doesn't teach his kid how to use a manual can opener? So we're about to make a turn when he calls himself an apocalypse father. It's a bad sign as to where the story is headed. Right. So I said, "How do you think this works?" She studied it, applied it to the top of the can sideways. She struggled for a while, and with a big dramatic sigh, said, "Will you please just open the can?" Apocalypse Dad was overjoyed. A teaching moment just dropped in my lap. This is like basically his foreword to his story is what is taking place. Yeah. It goes on, and there's a point where he said, "Hours have passed and she's still hungry." It's like, ultimately, what is the man is a real psychopath. It was crazy. I understand being like, "I'm going to try and walk you through the can opener," but at a certain point, when your child is hungry and hours have passed,
what kid? I mean, I don't even believe that this actually happened.
That's what we all believe is that there's no way this happened.
There's no way this actually happened.
And he was writing this as if he sounded like a manly man among men teaching his children how to fend for themselves.
Now, to me, in all honesty, when my daughter grows up to be 9, if she does get a can of something, and
I'm sorry, what?
If she does grab a can and she doesn't know how to use a can opener, I am going to give her the can opener and say, "Here, do this."
Hold on. In your imaginary scenario where you're opening up a can of whoop ass, you're going to teach her how to open up a can.
Here's a better question, though, Alex. Have you ever opened a can? Because they're pretty sharp on the sides.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I was going to give her the can. I mean, my thought process already is.
Let's see if we can make Alex into being dead. All right, go on.
Yeah. Give her the can opener and just see what she does with it, because maybe.
Sure. Fair enough.
But in all honesty, she probably would have seen us use a can opener, or
possibly
the electronic can opener, or who the fuck cares?
But my question to you is, when she can't figure it out, or
right,
if she's struggling,
right,
hours go by, your daughter is hungry.
Hours
Are you going to tell her?
Yeah,
no. If you want to eat, it's going to be this can of beans, and you're going to do it.
I'll tell you right now, if my daughter's anything like me and my wife, she's not going to spend hours trying to open up a can.
Yeah.
She'll probably throw that can on the ground and say, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Before, you know.
But so that wouldn't fly here with Bean Dad. Bean Dad was like, this is all you're getting, and you're going to be hungry until you solve
what did the internet? So what did the internet do with this guy?
Well, they kind of dragged him for being a piece of shit and talked about how he's kind of an asshole, and then started going through the rest of his tweets over the last 2 decades, and we're like, well, if this guy's an asshole about this, I bet he said other asshole stuff, and then that was it. He's gone.
Boom.
Off the internet.
All right.
Bye. That was Bean Dad. The Bean Dad saga. Tom, I couldn't believe that was this year when I was looking that up. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I feel like it was right. And
it was top. It was top of the year, but it was this year. So.
And then like the next week, Mr. Bean was like talking about like cancel culture, and it was like bad week for Bean Dads.
Yeah, bad week for Bean Dads.
Anyway.
Framing Britney was released this past February. So what just happened with Britney Spears?
End of her conservatorship. Bye.
Oh, well, bye is
that was
her dad.
Insane. Oh, okay.
I know who it is.
Ooh,
Dan?
Almost fucked that up.
I wrote her legally binding conservatorship ended.
And Tom?
Her dad is no longer her conservator.
Well done. Everybody gets points for that round. All right, there are 2 rounds remaining. The current scores are very close, with team Tuna with 13 points, team the Oscar Myers with 8 points, and team Tuna 2 catching up with 12 points. There's still
I gained a lot on that one.
There's still at least 10 points left. There might be one coming up that is possibly worth more than 1 point. So Dan, there are plenty options here for you to score, especially with the next round. Sports and games is the next round. I'm excited about sports and games. Not esports, though. This is just sports and games, not sports, esports, and games. Unless you want to count esports.
What about Sporty Spice?
Sporty Spice. There's no Sporty Spice questions here, but I guess it could have counted had I come up with any. I don't know how relevant she was to 2021. I could be mistaken. Maybe she wasn't. I think there was a Spice World. Something happened with the Spice Girls this year.
I think that was last year, but
it could have been.
Okay.
For a year.
Honestly, it's hard to tell what anything. What time is it anymore? So,
what year is it?
All right. So, Dan, here's your weed question. Dubbed one of the fastest women in history, this track and field favorite was set to bring home the gold. Running with her signature bright hair and long nails in honor of the late, great Florence Griffith Joyner, this athlete was struck down by draconian and outdated rules and in the end kept out of the 2021 Olympic Games. Please tell me the name of this track star. That is your first question. So I need the name.
I knew her name for the 2 days the story was relevant.
Yeah. There's no way I remember this. And I'm going to you know what?
That's not true. I knew her for like a week.
Best to not say anything.
The two races in a row. The one before she qualified and the one where she would have qualified. I knew her name. And
there's
the also
there's yeah, no, I have no idea, but I'll just put the only other one I know.
All right. We're going to go question
only other
2.
Women's
2021
the woman he knows.
Yep.
2021 has been no kinder to us when it comes to a loss of icons in culture. This man has a particularly iconic name and influence in both video games and sports. The late great presenter and coach first got involved with games in 1989 with a video game on the Apple II. Please tell me, who am I talking about?
Done.
Question 3. Tom Brady did the unexpected and took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers not only to the 2021 Super Bowl, but also made history as the Bucs became the first team to ever play a home game at the Super Bowl. Following this, the Bucs had an unconventional parade to celebrate where Tom was recorded doing what with the Lombardi Trophy? Please tell me, what was unconventional about the parade and what did he do with the trophy? So this wasn't a normal parade, and he did something with this trophy that had people talking. It was a big deal. And number 4. The 2021 Game Awards made its return to an in-person event this year. It was the perfect cap to a multi-year story arc for game developer Joseph Fares. Please tell me what happened with Joseph in 2017 at the Game Awards and in 2021. So what happened with Joseph in 2017 and 2021?
What happened with who?
Joseph Fares, game developer. Oh. Am I pronouncing that? I believe I'm pronouncing.
Yeah, Fares, yeah. You might not have the native intonation, but I think you got the pronunciation correct.
Finally, number 5, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate saw its final DLC this year, with a staggering 89 characters totaling the final roster. 2021 saw the addition of 3 new playable characters to the roster. Please name all 3 characters. You get 1 point for each addition. So each one is worth a point, if you can remember any of them. Each one is possibly worth up to 1 point.
Say it again.
There were 3 characters added to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate this year. What are their names? Each one is worth 1 point. So 3 playable characters. Each one is worth a point.
Why can't I remember a single fucking thing?
Oh my god, what the fuck is his name?
What was 4 again?
All the pressure's off me. I never knew.
What was 4?
4 was the 2021 Game Awards. Joseph Fares made his return. And in 2017, he was there as well. So it created this multi-year story arc for him. What happened with this game developer, Joseph Fares, in 2017 and in 2021? All right. Dan, we're going to begin this round with you. So dubbed one of the fastest women in history, she was a clear favorite to be possibly taking home the gold this year. Track and field was kept out of the Olympics. If you tell me
I wrote Richardson, and then I in parentheses long nails. I don't remember.
Okay. And Tom?
I wrote. Sorry, I need to fold my paper. Sabrina is her first name.
Sabrina. Okay. And Alex?
Allison Felix.
Allison Felix.
Allison Felix would be the incorrect answer.
Yes. The correct answer, and I'm going to give Dan a point, was Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yes, I did guess the right last name.
So I'm giving Dan the point on that.
When you said Richardson,
I was between 2 last names.
Name.
I'm giving you that.
And I said she had long nails. I knew who I was talking
about. You're definitely getting that. So 2021, we unfortunately lost an icon of both sports and gaming. Dan, can you tell me his name?
I actually just watched a documentary about him yesterday because it's on Hulu now. John Madden.
And was that documentary ready to go?
Tom?
Shit, is it John? I thought it was Joe Madden.
It is John Madden.
Joe Madden. Is Joe Madden like a singer or an actor?
I don't know. He might be one of the good Charlotte boys.
Tom, I'll tell you right now. That's Benji. First of all, I put Madden. Second of all, that is why you always just say the last name in
You're
trivia
being specific for no reason.
And unless they ask you for the first name, you always just say the last name. This is
Plutarch's game show theory.
He fucked himself here. This is major fuck up.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it.
Major.
What was the one I decided to give him the point on?
It was the deposition.
Yeah, you said deposition.
I said deposition.
deposition.
Joe Madden. He fucked himself with Joe.
Yeah.
He totally fucked himself with Joe.
He might as well have said Steve Madden, the shoe guy.
Could have put Steve Madden. Yeah.
All right.
No, that's not the same. Look, if you had said Adams, you would have had to, like, if it was a president question and Adams came up, we'd have to go,
Yeah, then you go John.
Right.
And they go
John either way, right?
Yeah, no, they go John what?
Quince. They have to know the Quince.
Is it Quince?
Since we're nearing the end of the game.
No, this is some bullshit.
I'm not giving you the point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Withholding the point. Withholding the point.
Sorry, Tom. I fought for you.
Because something tells me it's not going to matter because you're about to pick up some other points anyway.
Such a gaslighter. It is unbelievable.
Dan?
I fought for you, Tom. I'm sorry.
Dan? I fought for you. He's a lawyer. Of course.
From an art form.
Dan?
Yeah.
What did Tom Brady do? And what the fuck was going on with this parade?
So they had like a little boat parade through Tampa, and he tossed the Lombardi trophy.
Fucking way.
And Tom?
Wait, he tossed it in like the river?
He chucked it to like another guy on the team.
Oh, I said it was all remote. Okay, so the first half of it, I said it was all remote. Like, did you see that
unconventional
from the Ellen DeGeneres show where they have the TV screens in the audience and people are in them? I thought they lined the streets of Tampa.
Oh.
And then the second thing is he took a poo in it.
Perfect.
In it? There's no
in it for that trophy. But the funny thing is, he probably got.
It's not the Stanley Cup.
He probably got COVID at this event, so being remote is the furthest from what it was.
Tom, it's literally a football.
It's a football
on a pedestal.
Oh,
so
don't worry. The Eagles usually don't win that.
Did Joe Madden present it to him?
Did you present it?
I completely guessed.
Okay.
I went with he threw it,
and
then I put boats.
Yeah, you got it.
Both parts.
You got it. It was wild. It was wild. He threw it to another teammate, and the thing that was crazy about it is it was a boat parade. So he threw it from one boat to the other over the river. It was a body of water.
I love
body
the
water.
That's amazing. What would have happened?
You know what? Respect
for make another trophy.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be like it's always the same trophy, like the Stanley Cup, or
I think so.
Maybe then though someone would have been like, we got to dredge the river. We got to.
Yeah, no, that would have totally created a thing.
It's not quite as prestigious as the Stanley Cup though. Like Stanley Cup has like everyone's name written on it. Shit. It's like they're on like the third or fourth one too.
Yeah,
because they ran out of room. This one I don't think it has anything written on it year by year. I'm pretty sure it's just like you hand it to the team.
No, but if it did fall,
they would have had to retrieve it because someone else
would
had
to retrieve it somehow.
After it.
Otherwise, someone's getting it.
You know what? I've talked a lot of shit on Tom Brady over the years. This is the best thing he's ever done. And I would have loved if that fucking trophy.
Oh yeah, I kind of wish it had fallen, and it would have been.
Oh my god, that would have been so.
He did just the other day. He was like, if I get the chance, he was like, this year I plan on doing because he did an underhand toss. He was like, this year I want to do an overhand toss at the boat parade.
Dude. All right, Tom Brady. I'm about to get the jersey. I'm in on Brady right now. Hell yeah.
I will say my Super Bowl prediction right now, presented by Domino's, is for Buffalo to win.
There you go.
Nice.
Where are we in the football?
Because they gave it to me by accident one time.
We're 2 weeks away from the season being over.
Yeah.
So we're pretty sure who's gonna make it in the playoffs.
In the playoffs,
for the most part.
I
mean, the Eagles still could make it. Weirdly enough.
Who is likely to take home the trophy?
The gold.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever stays healthiest. It's really just like whoever doesn't get COVID.
There's a whole theory. I mean, Tom, there's a whole theory about regular season and playoff and postseason.
Right now, the Cowboys are doing really well, and people don't expect them to do well in the postseason. Same thing with Green Bay. Same thing with the Cardinals. So a lot of people are like, maybe the Rams, maybe the Chiefs,
but also
maybe
like
the Bucks.
but also it's actually more prevalent in baseball. I can't believe I'm the one talking about this, but the whole Moneyball book. The Moneyball movie was more about how Billy Beane was like, I can get you to the playoffs, but I can get you to the postseason, but as soon as the postseason starts, you might as well flip a fucking coin because the sample set is so low and like there's so many variables that go into play that the best
it's usually just the team that gets hot at the right time.
Yeah, it's like the best team with the best record doesn't always win. And that's just the way that and that's what makes it kind of exciting is like the wild cards make it all the way or like the Giants beat the Patriots twice,
And the thing with baseball is that if your team's out, then you don't watch anymore, and they make little money.
Yeah.
Let's move on to question 4. The Game Awards. What happened with Joseph? Dan?
Obviously, in 2017, he lost, but then he won this year.
Okay. Tom?
Well, in 2017, he said, fuck the Oscars.
Okay.
And then in 2021, he won Game of the Year.
Okay. And Alex?
I just wrote he.
He. Okay. Well, he did say fuck the Oscars during 2017, which made him a big fan favorite. And then he came back after making It Takes Two and won Game of the Year this year and got up there
twice.
Yes, in some ways. And when he got up there, he even brought up, he was like, can you believe the last time I was here in 2017, I said, fuck the Oscars. And now I'm standing up here holding Game of the Year. It's kind of great.
I really hope
it was so good.
I was waiting for him to say, fuck
I know.
Activision. I was waiting.
Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been cool.
But
didn't happen though. Here we are. Okay. The final one. So Tom, you got the point on that one. The game is much closer. Dan, you have picked up quite a few points during this round, so the game is much closer now.
Game's afoot.
Super Smash Brothers characters. Dan, you get any of them? What'd you write?
I wrote the wrong answer. I wrote Waluigi. Wah.
Tom?
I think I'm right on this. I think the final 3 characters was Steve, Sephiroth, and Sora.
Okay, and Alex?
I just have Sora and Steve.
Okay. You're each only getting 1 point. It was
what?
Priya and Mithra.
Hold on. You said you
Kazuya.
knew all 3 of these.
Yes, I did.
Oh, the
one character
guy.
is Priya and Mithra. That is one playable character. That's its name. Kind of like how Duck Hunt, which is the duck and the dog, is 2 figures, but it's one playable character.
But they didn't get all they didn't get all 3 right?
So I actually said on this,
per.
you get. I said on this, you can get a point for each, and the reason I said that is I knew no one was probably getting more than Sora. I was like, if anyone fucking can remember Kazuya, which none of us were going to remember, I knew that was going to happen.
Is that just a different way of saying Kazooie?
I wish. I wish. If it was just an alt of Kazooie, if it was just Kazooie without Banjo, it's a totally different version.
Talking about,
I would have been
maybe
into
it'll be Banjo and Kazooie.
But we had that. That did happen already. But no, Steve was last year. Sephiroth was last year. So this year was Priya Mithra, Kazuya, and then
I haven't played
Sora.
Smash in a while.
So you each only actually get
download. I don't have DLC pack.
1 point for that. So fellas, it's going to bring us to the final round of the game. So we are here at the final round.
Is this 5 questions or is this like grab bag?
No, this is the water cooler round, so it is a bit of a grab bag. These are things people would be talking about at the water cooler.
Is it 5 questions?
Still going to those, or if people ever did. It is 5 questions.
Okay, cool. Because I already numbered my page.
Yes. It is 5 questions. What was the year's coming to an end. What are you guys doing for your final day tomorrow? Do you have any plans for New Year's?
I was going to be forced to go into work.
Okay, great.
Brittany and I are cooking a steak dinner and taking care of a baby.
Perfect. You gonna watch anything?
Usually we watch true crime, but we don't have anything good. So we started Succession, which is a little bit of a slow burn, I think. Heard it gets better.
You guys would. I feel like you guys would like Yellow Jackets.
Oh, I'm very excited to watch Yellow Jackets. I'm very excited.
I keep hearing about this show. Yeah. And I keep thinking about the villain from Ant-Man.
Yes,
and that's all and that's it.
I will say,
just clones of him.
It has nothing to do with that.
I figured it wasn't like an it was a Disney Plus show I hadn't heard about yet.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for tomorrow because this is my first. So I'm at my parents because we weren't able to come for Christmas because I had COVID. And this is my first year at my parents for New Year's. Like since high school, because I've always been, at New Year's parties, and so I'm very, very happy to be spending it here. And there we go. Is Chris got a thing or?
Yeah, I was just getting the next round ready. I actually have.
Okay.
I've been saving a couple of things for New Year. So I don't know if you guys remember, but Netflix did a like fuck 2020 last year. It was like a documentary special. There is a new one. It just came out like a week ago. Fuck 20. So I'm gonna watch that.
People didn't know if it was real or not when they were like they're posting clips of it like on TikTok, and there's all those people going, "Is that real?" It's like, no.
So I'm gonna. What do you mean? Is what real?
Parts of it, like
the
little clips
documentary.
from the documentary.
It's a mockumentary, right?
Oh,
it's like
but they like go over a lot of the things that happened in the last year.
They do, but at the same time, like little clips of it, like people were posting them. They were like, they were, but like it's also mocking it. So
for
like,
example, the trailer, because the trailer played on Netflix. Like, Hugh
I
Grant
guess I just don't remember what it was
character.
last year, but I liked it a lot. Okay,
actors, people are playing fake people.
I see.
Yes,
all right. So I've got that. I've got the big fat quiz. I've got the Taskmaster New Year's special. So I've got a couple of things lined up to watch tomorrow for that. So that is, and Boba. We saved Boba Fett for tomorrow. We haven't watched that yet.
Oh, Taskmaster did another special?
Yes. There's a Taskmaster special. Yes. Oh, there's some good cast too. Very excited for it. It's single episode Taskmaster New Year special.
Right.
So
single episode. Yeah.
You'll have to watch that. So here we go. We're going to talk about water cooler. This is the just like trends, things people were talking about. Let's fucking do it. Final round of the big skinny fat quiz. It's not just Lil Nas X's music which was popular this year. No. In fact, he collaborated on a controversial pair of Nikes dubbed Satan shoes. All 666 pairs sold out in under 1 minute. Not only did he feature himself doing the horizontal dance with the devil in one of his music videos, but these shoes were not designed in partnership nor endorsed by Nike, and they contained a bronze pentagram, an inverted cross, and what? Please tell me what was supposedly inside each pair of his Satan shoes. So there's something that was in each pair of one of these 666 pairs of Satan shoes. They sold out immediately. Something amiss. We know there was a bronze pentagram, an upside down cross, and something else. So you'll have to tell me what something amiss. So someone will have to tell me
mistake.
What it was. Something is. Well, Nike felt like it was a mistake. Certainly, Nike had some real problems with this. So there you go. Let's go on to the second question. I'm very excited about this one. And this is where I'm going to ask you to bear with me for just a moment.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Got to save the best for last, Tuna.
Well, this is 1, 2, 4th from last.
Last round.
Last category, though.
Yes, supposedly. I got sent a funny tweet.
Right, so he made a Nike shoe that was not Nike.
Let's start the second question off with a guest video, shall we? Returning to the show after many years, coming all the way from across the pond, we have actor and mustache master, Matty Fro.
Like a viral game of Where's Waldo, Bernie Sanders became one of 2021's biggest memes for being photographed doing and wearing what?
Bernie Sanders became a big meme, but for a very specific reason. He was wearing something. He was also doing something when he was photographed that made it into a meme. It wasn't just a picture of him, hanging out. He wasn't just having a chat.
Oh, maybe I have this wrong.
So he was doing something.
Have it right.
I mean,
you got to tell me what he was doing.
Yeah, I think I've described it well enough.
A seemingly strange series of events began to unfold when a man claimed to have found something obscure in his cereal. After the cereal company and carcinologists began reaching out, more about the man came to light. In a surprise twist, he turned out to be a marketing professional and the husband of actress Danielle Fishel-Karp, also known as Topanga on Boy Meets World. In the end, Jensen Karp, the same man who found this item in his cereal, became the latest in a pile of milkshake ducks being discredited and never posted about it again. Please tell me, what was the brand of cereal and what did he find inside? So this guy, Jensen Karp, made up some kind of psychotic story. Both the cereal brand, carcinologists, and several other people reached out. Why did these people reach out? What did he find inside and the cereal, and what what did he, what cereal was it? So this man claimed to find something in cereal. What was the brand? What did he find? Question 4. Nicki Minaj shared her thoughts on getting vaccinated this year when it came time to talk about going to the Met Gala. She decided after hearing from this person that she would be skipping on the vaccine thanks to her research. This caused the health minister from Trinidad and Tobago to issue a statement discrediting her claims. Please tell me, who did Nicki hear these obvious lies from, and what did they claim happened? So you got to tell me, who did she say told her this? And what did she say happened? So she said something fucking wild happened.
Yes.
And who was the person that she said told her this?
I think I have it. Might have it.
And
not
for
the condition, the answer.
For our final question, let's bring in our last guest of the evening. He loves chicken tendies, writing about games at Scream Rant, and hosts TV and film discussion podcast Post Cred Pod. That's right. It's friend of the show, Kate Onder.
35 seconds.
Hello. I'm here to read a question to you. This year, the newly premiered Squid Games became the most watched series on Netflix and resulted in a lot of people trying to recreate all of the games in the show, one of which involves the player having to cut a shape out of a honeycomb candy without damaging it, or they'll die. Crazy! I've never even watched this show. Can you please tell me what the 4 shapes the Squid Game players could choose from were? And for a second point, what was the name of the treat?
Everyone's aware of this cookie-like candy that was featured in Squid Game. There were 4 different images imprinted into the cookies. You got to tell me what are the 4 shapes. If you get all 4, that's worth 1 point. A second point if you can tell me what the name of this treat is. I'm going to give you guys just a moment, and then we are going to go to find out the answers. All right, Tom, we're going to begin with you.
Okay.
On our final round.
Yep. Go ahead.
What did Lil Nas X put in his shoes other than his feet? These are the shoes that he sold.
Sure. His blood.
His blood. Alex?
Okay. I wrote. I'm not going to editorialize.
Mm-hmm.
His bodily fluids.
Okay. And Dan?
I mean, I just guessed a pride flag. I spelled it wrong at first and then rewrote it again, but I don't know.
You spelled pride flag wrong?
I started to write it and I couldn't read it. I didn't really spell it wrong.
Okay.
And then I crossed it out and just wrote it clearly, but it was probably still wrong.
So I wrote
on the Satan shoes.
Well, I want to see what happens here.
Well,
and then I'll tell you what happened with me.
I don't know.
Alex, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not getting a point.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm going to tell you right now, you're not getting a point. I am going to give a point to Tom.
No. If no.
Please tell me. Go on.
Blood is bodily fluid, is it not?
It certainly is. But it wasn't his. It was just human blood. And because you didn't write blood and you wrote his body fluids, it wasn't any of Lil Nas X's body fluids. It was human blood. And Tom wrote his blood. And guess what? Lil Nas X is a human. So I'm giving Tom a point. I'm not giving you a point.
Whoa. No.
I'm giving this to Tom. I'm not giving this to you. We're moving on to the next one. We're going to find out from Maddie what the answer is. But first, why don't you tell me what you think the answer is, Tom?
Wait, hold on a second. No, wait. Stop.
You weren't specific enough.
You took points away from me for his.
I didn't take points away from you. I didn't give you points. You didn't earn them. All right. Question 2. Tom, what was Bernie Sanders doing and what was he wearing?
He was sitting in a chair at the inauguration wearing mittens that he wore, I guess, by a teacher that gifted them to him.
Okay. That is very specific.
Make sure that it was a teacher.
Alex? I didn't ask who gave it to him. I
know, but if he's going to add bullshit, that's going to take away from the answer.
Again, you're not the judge here.
Inauguration.
Mittens inauguration? He was inaugurating?
Mittens attending inauguration, and then I wrote sitting.
Dan?
I wrote clearly sitting in a chair at the inauguration in mittens?
Answer: he was sitting crossed arms and legs, scowling, while wearing mittens made of recycled materials. A very happy holidays and a happy new year to you all. Now back to you in the studio, Chris.
The studio.
Thank you, Maddie.
If he was scowling, it might just been his resting burn face.
Yeah, I'm giving it to everyone. I was hopefully looking for that he was sitting cross-legged, cross-armed, kind of grumpy looking, because that was the important thing. That is the reason it became a meme, is because of his posture, as well as people love the mittens. But everyone understood what it was, so just because you didn't have enough details.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I ran out of space in my little section after a bit. Tom used like 4 lines. He didn't have enough details.
The third question, I was looking to find out what the fuck. So there was a brand of cereal someone found, or they claimed to find something in it. What was the brand and what did they find? Tom.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the brand of cereal. Shrimp Tails was the item that they discovered.
Maybe. Alex?
Allegedly.
Kicks mini soccer balls.
mini soccer balls.
It turned out just to be normal Kick cereal.
And Dad.
I couldn't remember. I drew like a finger question mark and then life question mark.
So the correct answer was Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Shrimp Tails. And what first happened was the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal company reached out and were like, this is not Shrimp Tails. This is definitely cinnamon sugar that has like bound together, because it looks kind of like that. And he was like, no, these are definitely fucking Shrimp Tails. And carcinologist, which is, he studies crustaceans, was like, can you send them to me so I can run a DNA sample? And then all of this stuff. And then all of these other things started coming out about apparently this guy steals jokes from people. And someone had found something about a joke like this that was on a podcast. And this guy was like a marketing professional. And he's been known for like kind of lying about things before. And he promised he was going to go the next day and he was sending it somewhere and was going to get a DNA thing, and literally just never replied or responded to anything else about it ever again, essentially proving that there was
also his daughter bullshit. Doesn't know how to open up a can of beans.
It's the same guy?
No, that would have been amazing though. It would have been so good. Oh my
this was his comeback attempt. Shrimp Tail Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Tom, can you tell me what's going on with Nicki Minaj? Who told her something, and what did they tell her?
Yeah,
why did Trinidad and Tobago's health minister get involved?
I'm a little hazy on this one. I'm pretty sure it was her cousin, okay, that said the thing, and I'm pretty sure it's that he couldn't get it up.
Okay.
/ his balls were engorged.
Okay. Tuna?
Cousin Big Balls.
Is that any relation to Cousin Skeeter?
Cousin Big Balls.
And Dad?
I wrote her cousin had swollen balls.
That's Mr. Big Balls.
I'm going to go ahead and give everyone the point, only because you all said the same thing. It was her cousin's friend.
Oh.
Yeah, but the cousin's one who told her, you're going to give that to Tom? He said he couldn't get it up.
And then he said, and his balls were engorged.
He said,
and you got a point at the beginning for something you said but didn't write. So I'm going to be consistent with that and give it to all of you. He said he couldn't get it up, and his balls.
You wrote Cousin Big Balls.
I don't know why you're so mad at the moment. You were
Big Balls.
Yeah, he did say, he said his balls were engorged. So that is
that's my cousin Big
final
Balls.
question. Cade wanted to know, can you tell me the 4 shapes of the treat and what the name of the treat was? The 4 shapes altogether are worth 1 point. The name of the treat is worth a 2nd point. Tom, what did you write?
Pretty sure that the shapes are circle, square, star, and umbrella, and that the name of the treat is cookie.
Is what?
It's the wrong answer. So
cookie.
Okay,
I think that's Ookie brand.
Yeah.
Alex?
Mine were triangle.
I was hoping you drew this. With the balls above it is great.
Circle, umbrella, and star.
Okay.
And the name of the
was
treat
triangle.
is honeycomb hexagon.
Honeycomb hexagons. Okay.
That's right.
And Dan, what did you write?
I got the shapes the same as tuna. I just wrote them out instead of drawing them.
Okay. And what did you write as the name?
I wrote beeswax crisp because I couldn't remember what the hell it was called.
Nice.
Well, let's find out from Cade what the answer is.
The 4 shapes were circle, triangle, star, and umbrella. And then the name of the candy is, I believe you say, Dalgona. I think that's what it's called. Haven't watched the show. I don't know.
So that means, Alex, you get a point as well as Dan getting a point.
Yeah.
Meaning we have our final scores. In last place, we have the Oscar Myers with 12 points. And then before I reveal who's in first place, let's give out the scores. Alex, you have come to a total of 17 points with the Tata Tunas. And the Tata Tuna 2s caught up from behind, but only ended with 16 points, meaning Tata Tuna won with 17 points, making Alex today's winner of the Big Skinny Fat Quiz. Congratulations.
You were bitching and moaning that whole last round. You won anyway. You fucking scumbag.
Oh, fantastic. Incredible. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We do have a little bit of business to take care of before we go. Guys, it's our 304th episode. Can you tell me? I don't know. I'd like to tell you. I don't know. Let's see if you can tell me. Who's that Pokemon? Pokemon number 304.
Oh, my God. Beeswax.
It's Dalgona. Today's Pokemon is Pokemon 304, Dalgona. Today's Pokemon is Aron. Aron. Iron.
You've come across Aron.
This guy, this dude, this guy.
It's actually it's a pretty cool looking little Pokemon. It's a quadrupedal Pokemon, four stubby legs.
Were you gonna call it a quadriplegic Pokemon?
Lyron at level 32 and Agron at level 42. This is a very like dinosaur, rhinoceros like Pokemon. I think this is one of those Pokemon when you see it, you think, why can't we just get some starters that aren't fire, water, and grass? This is a 3-stage Pokemon. It's got the full, it runs the gambit, it runs the whole thing.
It does run it.
It's cute at the start. It's got like a kind of weird, awkward, like stronger mid stage, and then the last one is really badass. There's no reason. It's got to be water, fire, and grass. This is one of those perfect examples of it. I like this Pokemon a lot. I don't know if anyone else has pulled it up yet. We'll take a look.
No, yeah.
What do you think?
Looks like a Portal Sentry unit.
It does look like a Portal Sentry unit.
That is good.
You're right.
Yeah, it's unfortunately one of those Pokemon that is tainted once again, by my Pokemon Go experience. It was a Pokemon that when it came out, absolutely saturated the market. If we're going to talk in capitalist terms, just these motherfuckers were everywhere. So I kind of have a disdain for it.
Okay.
But I will agree, this is the template for a perfect Pokemon evolution.
Perfect.
Cute in the beginning, but not cute and weak looking.
No.
Solid middle stage. Knocking it out of the park, I think, in the third trimester here. I think, So it's it's a Pokemon that I struggle with my personal feelings about it because of the Pokemon Go saturation nature of it. Because I want to love this Pokemon, and that's my thoughts.
That's a lot of thoughts, Dan.
He was caught wearing mittens.
Oh, you're
at
muted.
the inauguration.
You're muted.
I had to sneeze before, and so I muted myself. Now I'm back. So if you turn your phone like diagonally, it kind of looks like Stewie Griffin. It kind of looks like Stewie Griffin.
It does. It's got football head.
Oh my God.
It's got a Hey Arnold head too.
Oh my God.
Wow. Did you notice that by accident, or did you just recognize the head shape immediately?
No, I was looking at it for a while, and I was like, it kind of has like pores, and I went through a whole bunch of things before I saw Stewie.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Its name is a combination of armor and iron.
May.
Aron.
Yeah, but it says
Aron?
may be a combination.
Oh, sorry. You're right. It may be, it could be, might be, probably is a combination of armor.
Not as definitive as the last one.
Definitely not as definitive as the last one. Armor and iron. Oh, that's right. Because the last Pokemon, it said it was four. Its name is.
It did not say may. It said is.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Good Pokemon. Solid one. Good way to end the year. So there you go. Alex, you are the winner of the Skinny Fat quiz.
Yeah. You can find me at Tuna Targaryen on Twitter, Tuna Targaryen on PlayStation, and Tuna Space Targaryen on Xbox.
Dan.
You can find me at Big Dan 815 on Twitch, on Twitter, on PlayStation, and the Big Dan 815 on Xbox.
Tom.
Great Brit Tom, the man who tried to steal the big Skinny Fat quiz of the year from Tuna but failed on every platform.
Christian Humes for the Unranked Podcast. And until next year, stay unranked.
2021 can suck it.
Oh, big time. Big suck it for 2021. Tuna, congratulations. I know you had some trouble with that blood with his, but you still won in the end. Looking at the scores, I knew you had won it, so I didn't want to give you the point anyway. It didn't matter. But congratulations.
My blood, your blood, he, she, it blood.
I'll tell you what, looking through the year, the amount of things that when I was writing this quiz were not only happened, but also I was like, that was this year.
Yeah, there was one specifically. Let me actually go back through my sheets here.
I was surprised that there wasn't a question about the name of the guy wearing the buffalo head in the Capitol.
You know, I thought about that. I decided to try to steer clear of most bummers. I included some about people that got like canceled and stuff, but they were mostly for people and things that were like not a big deal. I just thought like, I'm just gonna not do like really shitty stuff, but I had to do something for the insurrection. So the Jimmy Pesto thing, I thought was one of the funniest.
That's kind of nuts. Things. I'm excited to tell because Brooke loves.
Well, in all fairness, he's like the worst, one of the worst characters. Like everyone hates him.
What happened? So. What happened in February? You said something happened in February that I was like, that no way.
I don't know. I can look through my list here.
I think it was one of the. By the way, it was in the latter half of the game.
My theory with John Madden and the Madden franchise, the game franchise, is that this will help them get out before Madden 25, which was going to be a mess anyway, because there already is a Madden 25. So I think this next year he's on the cover. It's Madden 23, and then after that they're going to switch it up and be like EA Sports Football or something like that.
Oh, you think the Madden name carries so much weight? Though.
It does, but they're going to have a problem when there's a second Madden 25.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I guess we'll see.
I think someone's going to buy the rights to it, honestly, and it'll be like whatever their name is, football.
Was it when Facebook and Instagram were down? That was in February?
That was in the fall. That was like September.
Okay.
That was in like September. Yeah.
Oh no, the Britney documentary came out in February.
That came out in February. Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, the last 4 months have been like the longest months ever.
Yeah, you've also been working like crazy too.
Well, I haven't, but like I remember doing preseason hockey this year, and I was up in Connecticut, and that feels like it's 2 years ago. That was September.
That's nuts.
I don't know. Time for me continues to go by faster and faster.
Yeah. Were there any no one got? I feel like there was at least one that no one got.
There's still a chance I get to head out west, which is crazy. Like they might still send us.
Where?
Like, remember I was telling you I might be out there for work?
Yeah, they're still thinking about sending you?
They haven't canceled it yet, which is weird.
That seems nuts. I'm like annoyed my results haven't come in because
I mean,
I've been sitting here this whole time with like a slightly sore throat.
Still.
Like recording game show. Yeah, like I've been recording. That's why I kept drinking water throughout because like my throat has been bothering me all day. I'm just like I
woke up today because I worked last night. And I was so paranoid that I had COVID. Like, I was like, do I feel bad or do I just not feel well because of my normal habits? Like, I ate
yeah, fair enough.
A sleeve of Chips Ahoy cookies before I went to bed last night. So I was like, it could be that. That's probably the reason I'm dehydrated because like I had like one bottle of water yesterday and a sleeve of cookies before I went to bed. I feel pretty.
Yeah, I mean, the meme, when everyone was like, everyone I know has COVID. I mean, it's come true for me now. Like.
People on the train, by the way,
I know.
still not wearing masks. I don't understand.
Unbelievable. Anyone that's not wearing a mask in public. I mean, the other thing is,
It seems like it doesn't even matter now.
Like, but the other thing is that it's like you kind of have to wear an N95 for Omicron. Like, this thing is cutting through paper masks seemingly like no one's business. So it's, I mean,
you need a real mask.
Yeah, you need a real mask.
Yeah.
A real mask.
Yeah.
I can't believe that I didn't hear anything about that Tom Brady thing. I really did not hear about that.
Yeah, that was February. That's February.
But still, like, everything else, I feel like
it wasn't that big a
deal.
deal, but people made a bigger deal out of it than it really was.
If it fell in the river, it would have been huge.
Yeah, basically, he was He was like completely wasted, like all of them were, and like,
of course.
Then like a week later, he had COVID, and everyone was like, "Well, he probably got it at the no mask boat parade."
I have to watch also this non-tide commercial with Adam Driver.
Okay, I just pulled it up right now. I'm gonna just not play the video, so we can watch it. I'm gonna play the video for us, but I'm not gonna play the video for
the viewers.
Yeah, for the viewers, so that it can be there. When Alex was like, "Oh, I got the answer," while I was like trying to get the video thing up, I was worried that I was sharing my screen that had the notes open with the questions on them, and I was like, "Fuck, wait, what?" That's why I was like, "Wait, no, what are you talking about?"
I really can't believe this isn't a parody. Like, it really. Okay, let's just watch. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Damn.
It's even more intense than I thought it would be.
Why are they racing to the fucking?
There's no good reasoning here. Just throw reasoning out of the way.
How much did he get paid for this?
Too much.
A shit ton of money, dude.
Horse in the water. It's so weird.
This is kind of like the equivalent of the beach cologne that Kramer pitched. Like, you want to smell
the
like
end
a horse?
comes.
Animorphs.
I think they're trying to say that if you fuck Adam Driver, it's like fucking a horse. The horse centaur. The horse centaur is so crazy.
Why?
Oh my god! Do you think he knew? Do you think he knew?
Of course he knew he had to know what the commercial was.
He
right?
knew what the end shot was.
I don't know.
The end shot is hilarious.
Well, I mean, he has. So there's this really interesting thing about him, and I guess I've heard this about some other actors, but I think he's like on the more extreme end. But he will not watch.
Fuck a horse.
Like, he doesn't want to watch clips of like stuff.
He doesn't watch himself. Yes.
Yeah. I guess he just finds his own work to be like really embarrassing, like, or just gives him anxiety. And like, he was on like a radio show or a talk show once, and like they like played a clip and like didn't get permission. And I think he had told them explicitly, like, don't play a clip while I'm there.
It was from Marriage Story. Yeah.
Yeah. And he like just left.
Yeah.
He like just got up and left in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Because he was just like,
Maybe when they pitched it to him, they were like, "Yeah, so the whole idea is that you match the speed of a horse somehow on a beach, then you swim and you morph into one." And he's like, "Well, I'm not going to watch it, so I don't give a fuck. I'll take the $5 million you're going to pay me for."
They're like, "Okay, now can you stand on this apple box, and then we're going to digitally put in the horse silhouette from your waist down?"
It's kind of nuts when you think about the cologne market, because all of these fragrances, they get like the biggest stars. Like, the person that just won the Oscar, they're in the latest. And I'm like, how much money are you guys generating a year that this is, and not like
Burberry,
getting Adam
probably
Driver?
an insane amount of money. Burberry.
Yeah.
So many of these brands.
The
Like,
lady that
Burberry
headed up
especially.
Burberry she's like one of the top people at Apple now. So a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I'm gonna watch that commercial again.
You gotta show Brooke.
I think.
So I
100%.
texted Brooke today on Instagram. I sent her a message, like, honestly, like 4 hours ago. And I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I gotta ask you something, but you can't tell Tom." Because I had to say that up front before, like, she was like, "Oh, Tom,
Yeah,
you should
yeah,
text
yeah,
me."
yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I just thought of this. Can you go record yourself reading this and just send it to me? And she was like, "Can you send it to me right now? Because we're getting in." She was like, "We're about to get in the car and leave."
There
And
was
she sent it
literally
to
like
me.
a 5-minute window that she could have done it.
Well,
It's
but
so funny.
here's the wild thing, and I'm gonna play this for you.
Oh my god.
She sent it to me, but she made a mistake the first time. she didn't.
She mistaken the final one too.
She didn't read something correctly, and she was like, She was like, "Is that good?" And I was like, "It's probably good." And then at the last second, I was like, "Oh my god, can you please re-record the intro?" So this was the first thing she had said.
IP reboots and continuations have been a slave for our cold hearts.
She said slave instead of salve. And I was like, oh, it's not a slave.
Oh.
It's definitely not. And
was that part of the Britney Spears question?
No, this was the Peloton for Mr. Big from Sex in the City. I was like, I needed to pick something from the last couple months, especially because that like guarantees some points, and like also like all things you don't know.
So
like
funny.
I remember these things.
That one was also like the most involved. I feel like the most involved. Like the read through of it. Like there was a lot in that.
The Peloton thing was kind of nuts because Peloton like found out about it like the episode, and they went like, well, "You can't die on our bikes," and I'm like, "Why can't someone die on your bikes?"
Well, it like destroyed.
Get trapped under them.
It hurt their stock valuations, and then here's the crazy thing: so it hurt their stock valuation, and then Ryan Reynolds, who I guess is like one of the owners of Peloton, went and got the actor for Mr. Big and made a new ad featuring him, showing he was alive. So he made an ad. So that comes out, but then right after that ad came out, like the next day, everyone found out that the actor for Mr. Big apparently was like sexually harassing people and stuff. So then they just pulled the ad. It was a real roller coaster for Peloton.
No, you know what
Peloton
it is?
Peloton was having a bad year anyway because Jim's
what?
open.
You don't like a bike that lights on fire?
Oh yeah, Jim's opening, and also their whole their treadmill. Treadmill,
kids getting stuck under it
because they made it like tank treads that like collapse in on themselves, and they're like a child got like pulled underneath it, and there's no auto off on it like every other treadmill has in case like someone falls. There's no automatic off. It's nuts.
So I don't think that Ryan Reynolds owns stock in Peloton. I think the reason Ryan Reynolds did an ad was because the Peloton commercial from a few years ago, or maybe it was last year, where the woman like got a Peloton bike from her husband as like a gift. It was like an ad of like, my husband bought me this for Christmas, and it was meant to be an ad for Peloton, and everyone gave like the ad shit for like, oh, you know, her husband bought her this thing to make her more beautiful, like all these things. His tequila company had a commercial starring that actress where she watched the like viral response to the ad that she starred in, and she was like mortified and doing shots of his tequila at a bar to like get over the mortification.
His tequila is really good, by the way.
I haven't tried it. Avion or whatever.
Oh no, it's gin. Sorry, it's not tequila.
Aviation.
Yeah, Aviation
Yeah, that's
gin.
right.
That's the gin that we buy.
Yeah.
That's the gin we buy. It's actually really good.
What's hilarious is I do enjoy gin, and I've been a Tanqueray drinker for a long time, because when I would drive into Philly, there would be a very attractive billboard featuring Idris Elba, just holding a glass of gin, and it just said, "Tonight we Tanqueray."
Yeah,
and something deep inside of me was like, "Well, I have to drink Tanqueray gin now."
Okay,
but maybe I need to drink Aviation gin.
You're right. I looked it up. You're right. It's because his company, he owns an advertising marketing company, and that's like what they do is they can
Ryan
make
Reynolds
these,
does.
Yeah, so they make these ads that they can turn around in like no time, and it now like holds the record because the previous ad, which was the fastest, was the one for Aviation gin, and now they made this ad, he said, in less than 12 hours. So that was his marketing.
So the ad was for a Peloton. Was for Peloton.
It was for Peloton.
And it was through an ad agency that he owned.
Yeah. So basically Peloton saw their stock plummet or saw the episode and immediately reached out to Ryan Reynolds because he has Maximum Effort, apparently, his marketing company, and they turned around that ad in 12 hours.
Fuck, man.
That's incredible.
Dude, that's the thing with like, never mind. Maybe we're getting into a very political discussion here.
Yeah, I think that's wild. That's cool. It was a crazy roller coaster, and I think that's a 2021.
Phil Angie's.
21 phalanges, baby.
David Schwimmer and
Pink
Rachel.
Ring.